In a zombie outbreak, your gun isn't your lifeline. This rule is: the first 72 hours decide if you live or become one of them. Most people fail because they don't know what really matters. It's called the 3C rule. Cover, calories, clean water. No matter what, you secure these first. Cover, a place zombies can't reach, and humans can't easily find you. Silence and concealment are your best weapons here. Before we go any further, hit that subscribe button so you'll know exactly what to do to stay alive in the next step. Calories, at least 6,000 for 3 days. You won't have time to cook, so high-energy, ready-to-eat food is your fuel for staying alive. Clean water, 1 gallon per day per person. Infection kills faster than a zombie bite. Never forget that. Survive the first 72 hours, and you might just see day 4. Would you survive? Comment yes or no. What if dinosaurs never went extinct? The world would be unrecognizable. And maybe you wouldn't even be here. Without the asteroid strike 66 million years ago, dinosaurs would have kept ruling the planet, and mammals like us might have stayed small, furry, and hiding in the shadows. Apex predators like T-Rex would still roam. Cities, built with massive walls and electrified barriers just to keep people safe. Forests would be denser, grasslands rare, shaped by giant plant eaters the size of buses. Farms, hidden inside giant domes to stop hungry herds. And maybe, just maybe, we'd tame smaller species. Imagine riding a gallimimus to work instead of driving a car. But here's the biggest twist. If dinosaurs still ruled, humans might never have existed at all. What do you think? Would we survive in the age of dinosaurs? Hollywood lies about this one. What really happens if you're thrown into space with no suit? In the first 15 seconds, your body uses up the last bit of oxygen in your blood. You won't explode, but you'll pass out as your brain starves. Your blood doesn't boil, but gases in your body expand, swelling you up almost twice your size. The sun's radiation burns one side while the other freezes in the void. Your body drifts in silence, a fragile shell against the universe. Surprisingly, you could last nearly 90 seconds before death is certain. If rescue comes fast enough, scientists believe you might be revived. But only if your body wasn't too damaged. So if you're ever in space, don't lose your suit. Because in the void, no one can save you. Would you risk it? Comment below. Partner, imagine this. You step outside, stretching for a brand new day, when suddenly everyone just drops. Boom. Neighbors, joggers, delivery guys, gone to dreamland like it's national nap time. Before you start looking for your own gas mask, hit that subscribe button, because this might be the wildest survival tip you'll ever hear. Now here's the deal. If it ever rained sleeping gas, it'd spread faster than your aunt's Facebook rumors. One sniff and you're out colder than a Walmart freezer turkey. Airplanes would fall from the sky. Cars would stop mid-highway, and folks would just be napping in drive-thrus, holding half-eaten tacos. Hospitals, empty. Firefighters, snoring. Even your dogs passed out mid-bark. The whole world would be one giant slumber party of doom. And the real kicker? The more people snore, the more CO2 fills the air. So eventually, Earth might just suffocate in its own sleep. So truth is, cowboy, if it ever starts raining sleep gas, you don't need an umbrella. You need caffeine, duct tape, and a whole lot of luck. Now tell me, partner, would you rather stay awake alone in a world full of sleepers, or take the best nap of your life, knowing you might never wake up? Drop it in the comments. What if dinosaurs never went extinct? The world would be unrecognizable. And maybe you wouldn't even be here. Without the asteroid strike 66 million years ago, dinosaurs would have kept ruling the planet, and mammals like us might have stayed small, furry, and hiding in the shadows. Apex predators like T-Rex would still roam. Cities, built with massive walls and electrified barriers just to keep people safe. Forests would be denser, grasslands rare, shaped by giant plant eaters the size of buses. Farms, hidden inside giant domes to stop hungry herds. And maybe, just maybe, we'd tame smaller species. Imagine riding a gallimimus to work instead of driving a car. But here's the biggest twist. If dinosaurs still ruled, humans might never have existed at all. What do you think? Would we survive in the age of dinosaurs? Ever wondered what dying on every planet in our solar system would feel like? On Mercury, the sun would roast you at 800 degrees. Skin burns in seconds. On Venus, the air is acid. Pressure so intense it would crush you in minutes. On Mars, you'd suffocate. Atmosphere's too thin to breathe. Jupiter? No solid ground. You'd fall for hours into raging storms before being crushed by the pressure. Saturn's gas storms would tear you apart. Uranus is 350 degrees Fi. You'd freeze solid. Neptune's winds blow at 1,200 mph, enough to shred you instantly. On Pluto, you'd drift in endless cold, frozen in time, but fall into the sun, and you'd vaporize before even touching its surface. So maybe Earth isn't so bad after all. Which planet would you pick for your last moments? Partner, picture this. You wake up one morning, look in the mirror, and realize your skin's turned bright blue. Not 'cause of bad lighting or blueberry pie. Nope, you told one teeny tiny lie, and boom, Smurf mode activated. Before you start confessing to every white lie you ever told, hit that subscribe button, 'cause this might be the most colorful survival tip you'll ever hear. Now here's the deal. Imagine a world where every fib, bluff, or I'm 5 minutes away turns your skin a deeper shade of blue. Job interviews, looking like a denim convention. Dating apps, just a battlefield of navy faces saying, I swear I'm emotionally available. Politicians would glow like Christmas trees, lawyers would blend into the ocean, and parents everywhere would finally admit they do have a favorite kid. Soon, honesty wouldn't just be the best policy, it'd be the only way to stay skin-colored. But let's be real, partner. Even I'd turn sky blue by lunchtime. So tell me, cowboy, if your lies showed on your skin, what color would you be right now? Drop it in the comments. Partner, picture this. You're strolling down Main Street sipping a soda when suddenly the sky starts glowing orange. Then, splat, a drop of molten iron hits the ground and melts straight through the pavement like butter on a hot skillet. Before you start wishing for a metal umbrella, hit that subscribe button, cause this might be the hottest survival tip you'll ever need. Now here's the deal. Molten iron rains at over 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt your truck, your boots, and your last bit of common sense. Buildings would burst into flames, cars would turn into puddles, and the air itself hotter than your ex's temper after you forgot date night. You couldn't run, couldn't hide, unless you had a bunker deep enough to survive a blacksmith's apocalypse. Even then, oxygen wouldn't last long. The ground would boil, rivers would turn into steam, and the sky would glow like a forge on Judgment Day. So truth is, cowboy, if it starts raining molten iron, you don't need a raincoat. You need a miracle. Now tell me, partner, would you rather face a rain of fire or a snowstorm made of acid? Drop it in the comments.